see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
What this college needs is a good football team. And you can't have a good football team unless you have good football players. My boy, I think you've got something there, and I'll wait outside until you clean it up.
Welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily and Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner receives a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action Sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Good rainy Saturday morning, everyone, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here, alongside Tojo, Jay Vassar, Kirk Pierce. We got you a nickname yet?
Dude, man, last time you called me the Heartbreak Kid. I don't know where that came. I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I felt like I was part of the Heart Foundation, coming off the top rope, make Todd happy.
And producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, the Heartbreak Kid. I like that. That's good. We've got a great show. We're broadcasting live from the press box at James Clemens High School, just down County Line Road. And Bama Zach used to say, "Why you always mentioning James Clemens. Well, James Clemens is in the Limestone County. Well, they're in Madison. Madison is in Limestone County. So we do focus on all county schools. Huntsville City is in Limestone County. Saw this back in the late 80s when they started annexing all the land. Boy, it ticked all us little kids off. They're little kids that was 19, 20, 21 years old. Them suckers, why are they coming annexing our land? Yeah. Now we know why. Because we were growing. Look for us on Facebook, Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and on Instagram or Twitter at Tailgate Talk AL. Visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. Like last week. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nomination for future polls, as well as find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, Google, and other popular platforms. Hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. Call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's area code 256-812-1848. Our calling guests come in via the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. Special guest segment is sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing. And guests lined up today, we got this guy in here. We may even talk a little Bull Durham before the show's up. Most of that probably have to be talked about off air. Coach Johnny Johnson. Edited version. The baseball coach here at James Clemens. We'll have Coach Bradley Kimbrough on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. He said, Coach Johnson just said Kimbrough's scared to come in here this morning. I don't know why. But,
I know he's scared.
You know he's scared? Coach Bradley Kimbrough, softball coach here at James Clemens. We'll have our Swami of the SEC, AP Steadham, joining us as usual, and also our voice of the Havoc, Mr. Clay Coleman. Freak Daddy will be joining us. Did I spell this right? Dale Tafoya.
Yep.
All right. That's the
I
author.
Guess you spelled it right. You said it right anyway.
You don't have to worry about that. You're on the radio. Can't nobody see your notes.
Yeah.
Well,
as long as you say it right, it
that's
works.
the thing. If I spelled it right, I'll say it right. At first, I looked at it and I thought it was Dale Tafoya. I'm like, that's a O.
You find out doing play-by-play that it's not always said like it's spelled.
That's
so
right.
sometimes you got to write it out like it's.
You learn that quickly.
Y'all watch Yellowstone, Teeter?
Yep.
Okay. They said, how did she come up with that crazy accent? I said, well, she says she read it like it was written. So that's how it came out. Dale Tafoya, author of One Season in Rocket City, 1985. And if y'all weren't around, then you don't know it. That was the year, man. Canseco, McGuire, Steinbeck,
Rocky Cole.
And and then it went downhill after that. The Joe was never the same. But they're getting a soccer program over there now. So Huntsville's getting their own, or they have their own team. Coach Travis Barnes, he was supposed to be with us last week. He's the head coach of the Athens softball team. And Calhoun basketball coach Derrick Powell will be joining us. And also, not last but not least, Josh Caray, the voice of the Trash Pandas, will be joining us. Did he join? He didn't join us last week because we had.
Yeah, he was on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad.
You had to leave
before
his segment.
I had to go. Remember what I was doing, but I had to get out.
You had singing at the
retirement
home.
Singing out there in the hurricane at the Limestone Lodge. Yeah. That was fun. Keep one foot on the microphone stand so the wind don't blow it over. That was a windy day. Either way, that was good. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, let's toss it over to producer extraordinaire for
Scores and more.
All righty. Well, we have no scores, but we do have more. Speaking of James Clemens baseball, they are this week at the number 9 slot in Class 7A baseball.
Couldn't have anything to do with the coach, right?
Elkmont is at number 10 in 3A, and Lindsay Lane is at the 7th spot in Class 2A. This week's softball rankings have Athens at number 3 in 6A, and ABS is still holding down the 9th spot in Class 1A. The Limestone County Girls Soccer Finals will be played on Monday. I think that's part of it's a girls and boys game, but the girls is going to count as the the finals that they couldn't have a couple of weeks ago because of all the field conditions. So there you go. Coming up next week, we'll be live at Eli's Block Party Car Show at Lindsay Lane Baptist Church. And then the week after that, we'll be live at Lucy's Barge for Cornhole for a Cure.
That'll be cool. I was at Lucy's Barge last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
A little cool, too.
It wasn't bad. They pull the sides down and turn the heaters on, man. It's warmer than it is in here right now.
Yeah. And that Scores and More brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take this time and opportunity to take a break, and we'll come back on the other side with lots more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We'll be right back.
Next week, we'll be live at Eli's Block Party Car Show at Lindsay Lane Baptist Church. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Dakota McNair from West Limestone High School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Enjoy all the smiles and none of the slowdowns with a gig from Ardmore Telephone Company. Get 1 gig now for only $89.90 a month when you sign up or upgrade today. Work from home, learn online, game and stream with no buffering. You'll be grinning from ear to ear with a gig. Call 800-830-9946 now to get your gig life started. That's 800-830-9946.
The Tailgate Talk app has changed. It's got a new name and a new look. It's now known as PAS Plus, and it's your home for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, along with James Clemens Sports and Calhoun Basketball.
Change never hurt, huh?
Look for the download links at PASnetwork.net or TailgateTalk.net. PAS Plus, Play Action Sports, plus a little extra. PAS Plus from Play Action Sports.
I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I said I'm all about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tom Kid here alongside Tojo Jay Vassar, the Heartbreak Kid himself, Kirk Pierce. Yeah, you stuck now. Producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We've got him on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. Our Swami of the SEC, Mr. AP Steadham. AP, fresh out of Houston in the Final Four.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
So how was your trip? Did you have fun?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, really enjoyed it. It was the strangest Final Four ever, because you had Florida Atlantic University, and people are saying, where's that? And then you had San Diego State, which is in the name itself, so we know what that is. And then you have Miami, the only Power 5 team of, 31?
Yeah.
Think of those odds, right? One Power 5 team. And then UConn going for their 5th national championship, which puts them in I call them the Nouveau Riche Blue Blood, because now they're tied with Duke. I mean, Coach K was there 37 years, had 5, I believe, and Connecticut's got 25 years.
And I don't know if this is a record or not, but FIU's in Boca, Miami's in Miami. So that's less than 50 miles. 2 colleges in the Final Four, less than 50 miles from each other.
Oh, right. I'm thinking maybe it was Louisville in
Louisville and Kentucky.
Were they both in the Final Four at the same time? I can't recall.
Not sure, but they're farther apart than 50 miles.
Than 50 miles, right?
Yeah.
They are. Yes,
they're across the state.
I can't think of some situation like that. I really can't.
Yep. I figured. You hope for a better game, but once that one started, it was obvious it was going to be. It wasn't going to be close.
No. I just thought of something. North Carolina Duke, 8 miles?
There you go. North Carolina Duke. That's right. Well, there went my point. I'd saved up for to impress people.
No, but that was pretty good though.
It's a rarity.
It is a rarity.
You're right. It's a rarity. Yeah, it's a good fact. It's a good point to make sure. But Florida Atlantic University. I mean, they had a tremendous run coming out of the East. Madison Square Garden. Imagine you're playing at Florida Atlantic and you're playing to get in the Final Four, and you're playing in New York City, Madison Square Garden. It's pretty cool, right?
And then Tennessee got to play up there as well. So.
They did.
Yeah, Tennessee.
AP, big news coming out of the Rocket City this week. The 2024-2025 Conference USA men's and women's basketball tournament will be played at the Von Braun Center.
Propes Arena.
That is awesome.
Yes.
That's fantastic for the city. Of course, Huntsville, what are they? Are they the biggest city right now? I know they're pointed that way.
We're second behind Birmingham, I think.
Still second at the moment?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the projection was it's going to be the biggest at some point.
But is UAB still in Conference USA?
No.
They're out of it. Okay.
They're in the American Conference.
That's right. All-American Conference.
Yeah. It's yeah. Trying to think of some of the teams that was it Cincinnati? No, we need to look this up.
Southern Miss.
Yeah. It's hard to keep it all straight, right?
Everybody jumping conferences and stuff like that. Everybody trying to do a realignment.
Jay's thumbs over here smoking.
So it's
hyping up.
It's FIU.
Okay, that's
Jack
good.
State, Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, Liberty, La Tech, Sam Houston State, UTEP, and New Mexico State.
Yeah, with that with MTSU in there, there's a lot of localized. We get a lot of kids that from our North Alabama area that go to MTSU, and so having that here, that's right. A good thing for Huntsville.
Yeah, it's fabulous. Whoever pulled that off,
and not far right from Bowling Green either.
No, do you know where it was usually? That tournament?
Last year I knew it was at Tulane. I thought.
Oh, it was in New Orleans.
So I think they move it from school to school. I don't think they have an actual main arena. They have it at.
I see.
A neutral site arena.
Right. But anyhow, so the basketball season is complete.
Yep.
And Connecticut with the 5th championship, and like we always say, ball in the basket. Yeah. San Diego State played defense. They had a stretch there about 10 minutes with no buckets, but some free throws, I think it was.
Yeah.
But here it is, 5 minutes left in the game. They're down by 5 points. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
What was the final score?
76-59.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like 17 points then.
Yeah, they couldn't put it in the basket. No. And it's hard to win a ball game.
Well, AP, I got a question for you. I'll change gears a little bit on you and jump from basketball. Football is never far from my mind.
That's mine either.
And so now that now we're in spring training, Hugh Freeze kind of came out this week with a very interesting proposal, about having spring games against some of the teams like UAB and Troy and Jacksonville State.
Right.
Here, what are your thoughts on that? Because in high school when we did spring training in football and stuff, we would do that. We would go do a little somebody we'd never usually play and just do scrimmages. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's great to go against other competition. It would be great to play, like for Auburn to play a team in the state and Alabama to play a team in the state and South Alabama and Troy and all these teams, Jacksonville State. It'd be fabulous. But let me ask you this. What would happen if you're looking for a quarterback? You have a spring game in April and then you have the transfer window May 1st. That quarterback that played so well against you might be on your team May 1st.
Yeah, it does make for interesting. It definitely does make it interesting. I just Saban even he wasn't he didn't come out against it or anything, but he did.
No,
he said that however we can help, and that's his usually his mantra anyway.
Right. And the thing to top that with is all proceeds go to a charity.
Right.
That's the
right. Yeah. No, I would be for it. Fine, and of course you take the risk of injury, but you're according to coaches, they're practicing hard in the spring, hitting each other. So I guess it doesn't matter. You can get injured during one of those practices. So, like I say, my thing is, if you're looking for a ball player, you might have that person be on your team in between that May 1st and May 15th transfer portal window. So that could happen.
So backtracking 1 second, rumors have been flying on the message boards and on the On3 through Justin Hokanson and other people. And this morning it's confirmed that Alan Flanagan will be Wesley Flanagan. Wes is the dad. He's leaving Auburn. He's going to Ole Miss. More than likely taking his son Alan with him. So.
I wouldn't doubt it. Sure, that's a package deal for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So. Yeah, maybe it'll be good form. I always thought of him as a 15-foot player, 15 feet and in.
Yeah.
He's very athletic, left-hander. It's hard to guard left-handers, right? But I didn't think him much as a shooter, and that's the name of the game in this era.
And after this season, Coach Pearl's completely reworking his roster. It's difficult to say we working the roster.
Yeah.
But yes.
It seems like everybody's doing that with the transfer portal now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Nate Oates.
He lost all of his cotton picking assistants.
Coaches, players. He's making sure he's got the A on his jersey.
It's almost like fantasy football, fantasy baseball. Draft who you can. Yeah.
Yeah, in basketball, you could transfer. Football, you're transferring. So every year, you're re-recruiting players and coaches, and so that's the nature of the sport now in college athletics.
That's true.
You have that flexibility.
Well, tell us about As We See It. What we got coming up this week, and
With this past week, we had Zach Burnett of Football Scoop on our show. We discussed some things in college football, particularly with the SEC, and I imagine this week we'll get a football person because we were talking quite a bit of basketball the last couple of weeks, mixing with the football, but I suppose we'll be back to the football because it's, like you say, never far from our minds. College football, the SEC,
and then the draft's in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah, I'll be in Kansas City couple weeks here, coming up, right. The draft is in Kansas City. So, they moved. They're 50 years to New York, and they went to Philadelphia and Dallas, Nashville, Cleveland, Chicago, Las Vegas. So I've been everywhere except Philadelphia and Dallas. I had some commitments at the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame, 2 players I was trying to get in, so I couldn't leave them that weekend. But I've been at the draft many years now. But new place for me, Kansas City. I've never been to Kansas City.
Enjoy some barbecue, and if you see our good friend, the director of the Negro Leagues Baseball Hall of Fame, Bob Kendrick, tell him we said hello.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I hope to stop by there. I sure do.
All right. Well, AP, thank you so much, buddy, for joining us.
See you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Now you'll be well.
All right, you too, buddy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a good segment with AP Steadham, as always, our Swami of the SEC on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk on your Alexa device by saying, "Alexa, open PAS Plus," and hear it in crystal clear quality. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back. When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands, Kona Ice of Decatur and Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or a festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur and Athens. 256-566-5298. We all know how the weather is here in Alabama. On some days it can go from cold to hot in no time, and you need a system that can keep up. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC is owned and operated by industry experts, servicing all makes and models, whether residential or commercial. 24/7 availability, licensed, bonded, and insured. Don't be left out in the cold or heat. Call Athens Refrigeration and HVAC at 256-871-1571. Alabama certification numbers 22183 and 53483. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Welcome. Dang it. Sometimes, like I told Jay, it rolls right off your tongue, and then the next time you can't say a mess of it. Tom McClung, Tomcat here, live on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, alongside, Lord have mercy, Tojo J. Vassar, the Heartbreak Kid, Kirk Pierce. I just wanted to say that again. I'm probably going to get 3 or 4 more in if I can. Producer extraordinaire, Tim Lambert, and we have got the interview of a lifetime here, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think you know what you're getting into.
The head softball coach of the James Clemens Jets, Bradley Kimbrough, alongside Coach Johnny Johnson, who is live. Coach Kimbrough is on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great. And Coach Johnson live here in the studio.
We talking about the bank or Kimbrough making communities great?
I think those two say that right there is interchangeable. How do you want to look at it?
I just do what I can, baby.
You're here for the party, ain't you, brother?
I ain't never lost one of those.
He is the party.
That was a line in Gretchen Wilson's song. Here for the party.
Here for the party.
Yeah. So y'all want to talk baseball and softball, or just sit here and cut up?
We can do all.
Listen, the same time.
We're very capable.
Listen. I'm gonna interject here real quick because I work.
Speak to all of them.
I can speak on behalf of Coach Johnson, Coach Kimbrough. Every fall we've gotten together. Well, I say every. We did it first time last year.
One fall,
and we're looking to do a repeat. But having the two of them, having the two of them in the press box, it takes all the pressure off of me, man. All I got to do is call the plays as they happen, and then you never know if you're going to get a Smokey and the Bandit reference, if you're going to get a Major League reference. Goodness, what all did y'all?
Or some great commentary. I mean,
every now and then you get some great commentary.
Every once and again,
okay.
He starts talking about GT action, blah, blah, blah. Kimbrough actually knows a little football. The rest of us just cut up.
They'll get texts from their buddies that'll say, hey, see if you can work this in.
Oh,
and
really?
they'll get phrases, and they'll get it in there. It's hilarious.
And I will say, to brag on us, we are 100% success rate getting those in.
Yeah, we have not missed. Unless it's something we just say, hey, we can't say that on the air.
Now, if it's completely inappropriate, we don't count that against our stats.
Tim gives us the cut eye at that point. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, Kirk, I'm glad you went that way, that it takes the stress off you, because I'm going to be honest with you, I figured we were adding stress to you.
No, man. It is. I tell people, will say, so what do I need to listen? I go, hey, yeah, absolutely. First, you need to listen, but let me prepare you for it. You're gonna get. We're probably the most relaxed group in the press box calling a high school football game, because it's a lot of fun. So no pressure, man. I love it.
No, it's me that it adds pressure to you.
That is true. That is true.
There's no doubt.
Are we gonna offend a sponsor? Are we?
Tim with his finger on the dump button.
Johnny's added sponsors who aren't really sponsors.
Yeah. This is true. And Taziki's may get upset with us if I keep promoting the steak instead of the chicken. But
this is true. Chicken dinner for 4. That's right. That's right.
Oh, Lord.
So now that we're on Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Yes, that's true.
Tzatziki's.
Yeah.
Well, we're referencing football season, of course.
Yeah.
See how that works?
Well, you could have said mellow mushroom, so you know.
The Chili's.
Well, hey, the Lawlers fan of the week. Let's get all.
Let's just hit them all.
Yeah.
We do like food.
My wife's son does not like mellow mushroom, not because of the pizza, because that weird-looking dude they have on the poster there. It freaks him out because I can't handle it, Mom.
Freak out right there. Well, how do we want to go with this? I mean, because we went off the rails quickly.
We went in the ditch.
This
real
honestly
fast.
is what happens in the fall.
We're famous for going in the ditch on this show.
Well, it looks like we fit in then.
Anytime we are together in the booth, that's really where I thought Kirk was going to take it. We do drive it in the ditch a lot, and Kirk has to bring it all back together.
Yeah, kudos for him to finding a way to whatever comes out of our mouth, he makes it work.
He is up there wheeling that thing with no power steering, and just his forearms have to be sore after every show that he does.
Well, it's fortunate I drive a 4-wheel drive and get us out of that.
Consummate professional.
Drive it with a tractor clutch, huh?
He really is, but I have fun every time we do it, and Kirk does a great job. And I know there's times where Tim and I talked about the other night. There's times that I say stuff that Tim's just shaking his head, like, really? But it's a great time, and if you're not tuning in to some of those broadcasts, you really are missing out. We did a baseball game a couple weeks ago, and, Coach Johnson's dad emailed in, just said, man, this is great listening to this while I'm watching Game Changer, because it gives me something to listen to. And we were talking about it, for several generations, that's the way we enjoyed listening to baseball games.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I still like, listening to Braves games rather than watching them, most of them on TV. So for me, I enjoy listening to those broadcasts when they're on.
Well, don't worry. John Johnson is in the house today from Texas, so
Is he
he's
really?
fired up to meet the Play Action Sports guys
That's
today.
awesome. I can't wait.
Well, okay. So Bradley mentioned about your dad listening to the games, and he was emailing me.
Yeah.
During and after.
He's not afraid to send an email or a text now.
And this looks like one of my wife's texts here because I just keep on scrolling, but. He was wanting me to ask you about your relationship with Brian Anderson, Robin Ventura, and being a bat boy.
He was throwing some heat
and
your
Palmiro.
way.
And,
listen, when I read that email, I looked at Tim. I went, I think Johnny and I have the same dad because my dad would do the same thing.
Well, where you want to start on that list?
Hey, this is a good segment because Joey Crumpton wants to know these stories too.
Oh, jeez. I haven't met this guy, but I can't wait.
Start wherever you want to. I mean,
well, Brian, do you know who Brian Anderson is? Brian Anderson is the TV play-by-play guy for the Brewers.
Yeah. Okay.
He also does March Madness. He does
NBA games,
NBA, TNT.
Yeah.
So his dad and my dad are good friends. They've been friends for years and years. Grew up with those guys. I think the first time I went on a roller coaster, Brian talked me into it at Six Flags, back when we were kids. And he actually was the one that got me seen at St. Mary's University where I played. He was a catcher there before I pitched there and got him my video. And Brian's been great, and his whole family is in baseball. Brother played in the big leagues, and so Brian's just a great friend. Now, how me being on Friday nights on Play Action Sports relates to Brian Anderson? Yeah, not a chance. But a great guy. So that's how I know Brian.
I heard him. He said the other day he's been with the Brewers for 17 years.
Yeah. Wow. Started off minor league baseball in San Antonio and did some NBA sideline stuff and Golf Channel for years and got that Brewers gig. And
he's good.
He's one of the best in the country for sure.
Yeah.
He mentioned something about Palmiro's uniform not fitting properly.
I'm not telling that story. So,
hey, can you tell the one that you told me the other day? Is that appropriate?
I don't know if that's appropriate or not.
Okay.
It involves underage tobacco use.
Delicious later on.
I had some good stories when I bat-boyed for the Rangers for 2 years.
I bet.
So there was some interesting stories that I'll save for a book one day. But I did get the Nolan Ryan Ventura deal. I was I provided the baseball as the ball boy that night. So I was
when the fight broke out. I
was sitting in front of George Bush. George Bush was the owner. He was sitting right behind us. We got him gum and seeds and all that every night, you know. And sitting on a stool.
Rolls here.
Yeah. Sitting on a stool when the fight broke out, and we moved over to the top step of the dugout and sat on the coolers and just watched.
Listen, if y'all remember that, it wasn't much of a fight. It was just
Well, the aftermath was when everybody else got there.
True.
Bo Jackson's out there just manhandling people, moving them. Yeah, it was impressive.
You've ever seen that guy in person?
Yes.
That's a mammoth individual.
I saw him 1984 or 5 when Tanner and East Limestone played at Auburn for the state championship in basketball.
Yeah.
I went down there. We got there early, and Auburn was playing, and Bo was on the team. And it was like I was 10 feet from him. I'm like, my God, the batting helmet, his neck was sticking out past the batting helmet. And you're right, that sucker was mammoth, huge.
I saw him at Bruno's Classic, you know, and he's, you know, obviously well retired this is around the time like dry fit polo shirts and stuff now, and it looked like the sleeves were going to bust. The arms were so big, and when he hit a golf ball, I thought it exploded.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, he's so big, and I thought, oh my gosh, and I've never seen an individual that big.
Well, he was definitely manhandling people during that scrum with the Rangers that night.
Sheesh.
Well, now this is what I do on Friday night. He's got to bring us back in a little bit.
Let's get back to the game.
Avoid that awkward silence.
His element, guys.
No, this is great. Now, so Brad, you and I talked about this Thursday night after the game against Madison County, but you guys were kind of coming off a big win, beating kind of cross-city rivals and Bob Jones Patriots.
Big win.
Yeah.
And your girls have really, over the course of the past few weeks, have really stepped up and offensively have been hitting some dingers and whatnot. I know Thursday night was not indicative of what those girls have done, and you kind of expressed that to them in the dugout after the game.
Yeah, we've lately, I think we won 5 of our last 7 after a slow start. We've been competing really well at the plate, playing better. April seems to be our month, and at least it was last year, and so far the trend has held true. We've played really a lot better. We've seen some good competition, and we start playing up to that level. Girls really coming on at the plate and just it kind of clicking, coming together, which is what we want. Playing well, and that really kind of culminated against Bob Jones the other night. So putting together a full 8 innings against them and finding a way to win and really playing well. So proud of our girls, the way they played and competed and won the last several weeks.
Well, you know, in the couple of games that we've done, we've seen some changes that you've made to the infield. You have some ability to make some roster changes where you put some of the girls. You know, where are you setting as far as like where you're most comfortable with your roster defensively when you put those girls out as you get ready? You know, the tournament's not too far away, and so how are you? What are you thinking in terms of are you gonna? I don't know. How are you going to think about setting up that lineup?
That's a great question, and that all depends on where we are at that point in time. You know, we got several kids who are really versatile. I mean, you look at a kid like Abby Newsom,
right,
who is an incredible shortstop, but is also our best catcher. And, you know, can play multiple positions, and you got to have a kid's bat in the lineup. A kid like McKenna King, who also catches for us, but can play middle infield, is an exceptional outfielder. So, you know, that kid can play multiple positions as well. Lauren Evans, a senior, has played 6 different positions on defense for us.
She had defensively, she had a really good game Thursday night.
Oh, absolutely.
At second base.
Yeah, anywhere and that's the first time she's played second base this year. You can put that kid anywhere, and you're going to get everything she's got, no matter where you put her. You know, we're blessed to have some kids like that we can move around and do some different things. So, and that's what we did Thursday night. We moved some people around and tried some different things. We have to do that because you just have to make preparations. You have to be able to be versatile going into area tournament.
So yeah, and pitching wise, your daughter pitches really well, Anna. You've got some young pitchers that you can kind of trying to get some experience. We talked about that the other night too. With those pitchers, but how are you feeling about that?
I feel good. Anna's been pitching really well. She's held us. She's gave us the chance to win almost every game that we've been in. We've just got to give her run support. When we do that, we win. Yeah. When we compete at the plate and we put some runs up, we win. It's very simply stated, isn't it? You score more runs than the other team and you win games. But
Deep Thoughts by Bradley Kimbrough.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get on Friday nights right there.
I know that sounds like a John Madden overstating the obvious here, but it's not that complicated of a game. But she's pitched really well, holding people to the limited amount of runs, or at least earned runs. And Sadie South has come in, and we're trying to build her up to where she can get some relief. JD Yamaguchi has been quite a surprise for us. She's pitched in several varsity games, just coming in and doing nothing special. Just here it is. Y'all try to hit it. And when they put ground balls in play, we make the plays. And that's all we really got to have right now out of those younger pitchers.
Throw some ground balls. Don't try to throw so many strikeouts.
They're more democratic.
It's more democratic.
More democratic about it. Let's go.
It's funny you say that. When he was talking about the simple stuff, I was thinking, you throw the ball, you catch the ball, you hit the ball. You got it. Little Bull Durham.
You lollygag to the base. You lollygag.
Hey, when you get Coach Rich on today.
Oh, Lord.
Now I'm not. He goes with "Oh Lord." I won't be honest with you guys, Coach. You're not going to get much out of Coach Rich. Probably the first 2 or 3 innings, but you got to get him comfortable, and he's going to give you some good ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach Johnson, help me out here.
He's the captain of one-liners.
He is a great one-liner guy.
Yeah. That's bad. When you're at a loss of words, Kimbrough, that means it's going to be an interesting afternoon.
I'm going to be listening. I really wish I was going to be there because
we may get fired.
It's possible. I don't know. It's all Tim. It's all Tim. Tim drives that train.
I was looking out for you. I thought it was going to be a doubleheader at 1:00.
Yeah.
And I thought, you're
Absolutely.
doing 2 games, it'd help you out some.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't listen, guys.
Of course, now we're going to be at 3. So.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. I'm fired up. It's going to be good.
Lots of words.
Yeah,
but that won't happen much.
I just kind of I feel good about it. I'm positive. I'm excited. It's one of those. It's like.
Well, if you're like me, explain to the people that are listening that are unsure of the schedule and what's going on this afternoon.
We've pushed the ball games back because of this rain. So we were supposed to start at 1, a doubleheader with Florence to wrap up our area series, and it is still sprinkling out there and coming down. Luckily, with the turf, we've got a chance to play, even though we've had all this rain. So we've pushed back to 3, hoping this stuff will get out of here and the outfield will drain a little bit since it's natural still. And
all right.
So 3:00 doubleheader right now.
Yeah, and so what Coach Johnson's talking about too is we're going to broadcast, try to at least get 1, possibly 2 of these games in this afternoon on PASnetwork.net. So you guys, if you're sitting around watching the Masters a little bit, just turn the volume down, just watch the play, and just listen to us.
That's right.
That's what I do anyway.
Coach Rich,
just turn it down.
That's how we, we'll have Florence is coming to town. So, and if you haven't been out here to watch, to the Jetsplex to see either teams, it's softball and baseball. you're in for a treat. A1+, A+ facility here, and then the baseball team's doing great. Coach Johnson. We've been talking about the pitching, and if you guys want to see an Auburn commit,
that's right,
on the bump for the baseball varsity, come watch Luke Davenport pitch. He is something to behold, and he's just a junior.
Cool.
So
Yeah, two of the games we've done, he threw really, really well.
Yeah,
didn't he?
absolutely.
I mean, two of those games we did together, he had some good games.
Yeah. Well, outside of outing number 1 this year against Hazel Green, he's been really, really good every outing. Yeah. When you look at his numbers, so he'll go tonight.
Well, you've got some other commits too.
Oh yeah, we've got some good players. Andrew Lawrence at shortstop going to East Tennessee State, and Colton Payton behind the plate going to Wallace State, and Grant Gage, one of our big pitchers, he's going to Wallace State. At some point Nate Geis will find a home. Of course, Auburn commit with Davenport. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anybody else right now.
Who was that was pitching the other night?
Hunter.
Yes,
Hunter Harris going to Columbia State.
Yeah.
And the thing about Luke is, I thought he was a senior, and then he's a junior coming into this, so you got him another year. You got to be a little excited.
You've got him back. You've got Mason Bush back, who's been. He's got a sub-1 ERA, 40 innings under his belt right now, and really been a huge pickup for us. He's a junior. Satchel Wheeler, lefty, he's a junior.
Yeah.
You start going down the junior list. There's some good arms coming back next year.
But Coach Johnson, one of the guys that we've talked about, not you and I, but we've talked about on broadcast, it's really fun to watch, is your second baseman.
Oh, Francisco. Ramirez.
Yes,
and
sir.
he's a
Ramirez.
junior, so he'll be back.
Oh, and see that his ability. He's got great range at second base in terms of getting over there to the ball that we've been able to see. He's just.
No, defensively he is really, really good.
So tell us your philosophy on the hit and run.
Well, I don't call it.
Sometimes it looks like you do. I will just tell you that.
No, well, it's because we run a lot and our guys swing. It's that has been an ongoing deal for a while.
Isn't that one of the basics of the game? You hit it and you run.
That's it.
So no, we run a lot, and that's not a big secret. And sometimes guys swing, and no, I don't call it a whole lot. Just I've never been a huge fan of it. There's a time and a place. I actually did call it Kimbrough, you'd have been proud. I called it a few weeks ago. I had Colton Payton at the plate, who has been a really good contact guy for us, leading our team in hitting, and we'll go the other way. So I put a guy in motion, called the hit and run, and he smokes it right at the second baseman.
So you're burnt. You're burnt. That's it. That'll be the last time
we did our job, but he just happened to hit it right when the second baseman was running to cover. And so I tried to call it for you guys.
Was this it? Okay. All right.
And this wasn't a trash panda. You accused me of it over at Toyota Field one night, but it didn't.
Well, I felt like we had talked about it enough, and when I saw it at Toyota Field, I thought, he really just called it.
No,
he did.
It was an accident.
I was confident that happened.
I'd rather just steal that bag and then hit him in from second.
well, we do.
I went about 4 years, and I never called it, and then I went back to it.
Well, we know when you get your runners on first, you're looking to steal. You got enough speed in that lineup to where it's from top to bottom. We're
looking to put pressure. That's we've talked about this before on air. I like that game at this level.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't play at every level, but this level, you put pressure on 15 to 18-year-old young men.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're going to crack.
Yeah.
And so put balls in play, get bunts down, run the bases hard, and those kids are going to make mistakes sometimes and lead to runs. And so we like to put a little pressure on people.
Well, I'm doing my part. I have the Superman shoes on.
I will say.
It didn't work for the softball team the other night, so maybe it just worked for baseball.
They are undefeated, right? At this point.
Well, Coach Kimbrough told him to burn them after Thursday.
Yeah.
well, just wear them to baseball games.
Yeah.
Just bring 2 pairs of shoes.
I had the lighter fluid ready Thursday.
Well, and you were mentioning before we got on the air, you've got a guy that keeps a spreadsheet on your uniform combinations.
So we've got one of our senior managers, a guy named Blake York. He is top notch now. I've talked to him. I said, I'll make a phone call to anywhere in the country if you want to go do this at the college level. Like, he's that good. If I need something done in the storage room, he'll go do it, plus organize the whole place. He's just one of those guys that's responsible and mature and thinks ahead. So he's got a spreadsheet started on which uniform combo that we wear is the most successful, and he will pull the stats down from the games and our quality at bats and what's our record, and for each uniform combo, we've got a spreadsheet started.
Come on, tell me JetBlue is number 1.
No, it's kind of middle of the road.
Oh, no. Wow.
And I'm going to be honest, it's losing ground in a hurry.
Wow. Come on, Blue.
Right now, Navy on gray is not been. We have not lost a Navy on gray, I don't think yet. So
it breaks my heart.
So what are we wearing today?
Crispy whites today. Crispy whites.
Crispy whites.
Luke likes to be in the crispy whites, so if we're at home and he's pitching, it's going to be crispy whites.
I like it. That's all. And the jet blue is it's the running theme here for me. That's my favorite color.
Oh, and back into football. Wait till you see what's coming.
Brad's already showed me. Brad's already showed me. I don't know if we can say
it on air, but just wait.
I shed a tear. Joy.
I snuck over in the field house for him a few weeks ago and snapped a picture.
Okay.
Made me so happy.
Yeah, he said I think he cried.
I did. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm man enough at this age right now to tell y'all I shed a tear over a uniform combination.
There you go.
That's how important that is for me. And when we're calling a game and they walk out with that on, y'all might have to take over.
I've never known somebody to love the light blue more than
I do,
Kurt.
man. I love that. It's always been that and the navy blue combo is just I love that combination.
Well, it's a good look. I mean, it's hard. I get it, man. It's a good look. We're gonna have to, and it does look good at baseball too, Coach Johnson. I agree.
I love it.
I mean,
I love it.
There's a lot of comments in the stands when you guys are in the Carolina.
Well, I think there's really some of the coaches, especially Coach Orr, that doesn't like it at all. It's hard to make a fat guy look good in blue pants. I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm not calling Coach Orr fat. That was really a reference to me. Sorry, Coach Orr. I didn't come out right. I was really referencing me.
I was going to try and go a different route with that when you immediately throw out Coach Orr, but
I wouldn't. I came out all wrong. Sorry, TJ.
Yes, it did.
Well, gentlemen, we have run to the end of our time allotment. Thank y'all so much for joining us, and what a great conversation we've had today.
Had fun.
Ended on a high note.
Every Friday night.
All right.
Stay out of trouble, Bradley.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Bradley.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Hayden Blakely from Athens Bible School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
Hi, this is Athens girls basketball coach Tiffany Tucker, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak. It's
It's just a freak show anyway.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside Tojo J. Vassar, the Heartbreak Kid himself, Kirk Pierce, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert.
Make you laugh, doesn't it?
We've got him. He's here. You heard his intro. No introductions needed. Freak Daddy. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I was gonna try to come over there, but I didn't make it.
No, you missed a fun.
Than ever before.
You missed a fun segment here just a little while ago. It went long, but it was funny. These guys are.
Y'all are always fun.
Absolutely. So what's going on with the Havoc for those of us who hadn't been keeping up with it just since?
Let's hope they're playing bad now before playoffs start. They had a loss in overtime last night against Quad City. They play their final regular season game there tonight again, but it seems like it may be. Now, it's been kind of weird because they're doing the percentages and they're also doing the points, and I haven't really figured out, and I meant to try to get a hold of the guys this morning to find out what how it worked out. But right now we play Roanoke and we're at 69 points. We're playing Quad City tonight. Roanoke is playing Knoxville. If Roanoke were to beat Knoxville tonight, that would put us tied in points, but I really don't know what the percentage. Right now we're at .627 and they're at .609, so I really don't know how it would. But, I mean, they really haven't decided who we would play for the first round of the playoffs, which will be at the Iceplex. So
that's because the Disney on Ice is in town, right?
Yeah.
And that's what really sucks, you know?
Yeah, well, it does let you know, though, at least behind the curtain a little bit of how much money that they'll make off of Disney on Ice sometimes versus what they'll make off the Havoc.
Yeah.
Because they'll go out and book those, well in advance, and they try to lay those out. But yeah, it kind of stinks. But we won't know who we play. I mean, like right now, if it were to end the way it is today, we would play. We would play Knoxville. If we drop down another one, we would play Fayetteville. So those would be one of the two teams that we'll play, but we'll have home ice advantage. But yeah, it's pretty wild coming down to the end. Peoria clinched the regular season championship last night, but I was telling Tim the other day, out of the 80 points that they have, 40 of those points came from Vermilion, Macon, and Quad City.
Really?
Wow.
The bottom three teams, the three teams that aren't even in the playoffs. Okay, all those came from.
Wow.
And then they won last night against Pensacola, and Pensacola is the 8th place team. So I didn't even add those in. But yeah, Peoria's played they've won again, but they've played the bottom rung. Now I did tease Glenn a little bit about it, and I said, well, that'd be a great stat if they didn't beat us when we played them. So I don't know if it necessarily looks at that, but I mean, yeah, the travel for them really helps them have a good regular season championship.
Talk about cupcake schedule.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was going to mention maybe a certain other conference, but I'm going to let that go. We've got fans from those other conferences that listen to us. So.
But yeah, so it'll come down to the final game tonight, and we'll just see what happens, and hopefully we can beat either Knoxville or Fayetteville that first round at the Iceplex, and and get back to the VBC for a second round.
What is it? Is it best 3 out of 5?
Best of three of the finals, and they've always had it at the final 2 that they could choose best of 7. But like we've talked about before, it really the playoffs are not really a moneymaker. I mean, now the Havoc has changed it up to where the playoff tickets are not included in your season ticket packages. So now it will make some money, but some of them, they include them in their season tickets, and like I said, just an extra game that doesn't really count.
So how do they do, like when you play at the Iceplex? I mean, I know you got season tickets, but how do they arrange it where people said is it first come first serve, or how does that work?
Well, they have the tickets have went on sale. I think that it holds about 800, but they've done about, I guess, 3 different levels. The Iceplex has gotten a little bit better with some of their renovations, and they've got like a bar area now and a little area that kind of hangs out over the ice, and then you can get the this year they did it better than what they've done in years past. Because in years past it was just a general admission ticket, and you come in and you can be wherever you want. One year they did it where you couldn't be on the glass because the Iceplex was very particular with their glass. There was no beating of pucks on the glass like you see at the Havoc and things like that. So it was a little bit harder security-wise. They had to hire a couple Huntsville police officers just to make sure, because it was, like I said, if the VBC is anywhere near up close and personal, the Iceplex is way up close and personal with the fans. But yeah, it's. I mean, I think it's fun. I mean, it's something different. It does kind of stink for season ticket holders because they're expecting that they would get, previous years they've had it, like I said, where the tickets were included in their season ticket package, so they were kind of a little butthurt a little bit about how, hey, we paid for it, but we don't get tickets. But now it just, since it's not a part of the package, it's just everybody can go for themselves. I mean, just to show how scaled down. I mean, I'm not even working the game, and there's no production, there's no video, so it's just a little bit of music and an announcer, and that's it. So.
No Ric Flair, huh?
No Ric. Yeah, well, they'll probably have the Ric Flair stuff. They'll have the music and stuff, but they won't have no videos, and any production as far as that goes.
Well, buddy, we hate to cut it short this week, but we are out of time, and we'll talk to you. We appreciate you talking to us. We'll talk to you next week, Clay.
Appreciate it. No problem.
Thanks, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Freak Daddy himself, Clay Coleman. We're at the top of the hour. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Drake Jackson of East Limestone, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's, along with a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
Enjoy all the smiles and none of the slowdowns with a gig from Ardmore Telephone Company. Get 1 gig now for only $89.90 a month when you sign up or upgrade today. Work from home, learn online, game and stream with no buffering. You'll be grinning from ear to ear with a gig. Call 800-830-9946 now to get your gig life started. That's 800-830-9946.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
This is the Big 1080 WKAC Athens.
Hi, this is Thomas Johnson, former wide receiver for the Auburn Tigers, also an author and an actor, and you are listening to Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back we're live here at the Jetsplex at James Clemens High School for Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're here at the baseball press box waiting for a doubleheader this afternoon between the James Clemens Jets and the Florence Falcons. Big area matchup today and looking forward to it. Hopefully the rain will hold off and we'll get these 2 games in. But joining us now on the Yellowhammer Roofing hotline is Dale Tafoya. He's an author. He wrote a book about the Huntsville Stars. And Dale, thanks for joining us this morning.
Great to be with you guys. And you mentioned you're at a high school park. Joe W. Davis Stadium was built in 1985, and it was designed to be a multi-use park, including having high school sports there as well. So I wanted to throw that in there as well. So again, great to be with you guys.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of high school football games they had there years ago, and once baseball was over and they had to reside the infield with the turf, and it would just get tore up, especially after rain and all that stuff. But we appreciate you joining us, Dale, and just talk about your book. I mean, I went to several Stars games as well as these guys, and it was just a treat to have minor league baseball in the Rocket City at that time.
Yeah, incredible, especially the inaugural year. There was so much excitement, and the city was just ripe for an attraction. As Ray Thoma, I'm sure you guys remember that name, the third baseman.
Yeah.
He told me it was if the city was searching for their long lost son, and they got a whole team of them. The city just treated the players like royalty. And it was just an exciting time. I mean, April 19th, 1985, the home opener, the first game at Joe Davis Stadium, over 10,000 fans crammed the stadium. The Stars mauled the Barons 10-0 with Tim Belcher on the mound. And Mayor Joe Davis, who made all of it happen by fighting hard to get that team to Huntsville throughout the ceremonial first pitch. So that place was electric that night, and the Stars drew over 300,000 for a season attendance, and they led the Southern League as well as won the Southern League championship of existence. Such an exciting time, and I was honored to capture the story.
So, we're talking about the Stars in that inaugural season. I mean, you think about that roster overall and just some of the big names that, if you're from the Huntsville area, people are going to know who those names are. But can you go into some of those names and just see if it resonates with our listeners?
Yes, absolutely. You had a starting rotation that broke spring training that season of Tim Belcher. Yeah. He was the number one amateur pitcher in all of baseball. He was on the starting rotation. Eric Plunk, the late Darryl Ackerfelds, Greg Caray, and Joe Law. In the outfield, you had Wright, Jose Canseco, who many of your listeners know as Parkway Jose, who hit balls near Memorial Park Highway in left field.
Yes, he did.
You had Stan Javier in center field, Luis Polonia in left. You had three catchers that played in the major leagues. Terry Steinbach was a converted third baseman, but he learned how to catch that first season in Huntsville. Charlie O'Brien made the big leagues. He was a starting catcher for the Stars. Brian Dorsett later came in the pitcher. You had an infield of Ray Thoma at third base, Don Marquette at shortstop, Brian Graham at second base, and Rob Nelson at first. And, of course, you had one of the winningest managers in minor league baseball at the time, Brad Fisher. So, yeah, you had a who's who on that roster, but interesting, the players that really willed and sparked this team to a championship that year was Rocky Coyle and Pete Kendrick. They were underdogs who never reached the major leagues, and I'm sure that name Rocky Coyle still resonates in the Huntsville area today.
And Dale's, and also they had a major league playing GM over the team, Mr. Don Mincher.
Mr. Baseball, Mr. Huntsville. I dedicate a whole chapter to Don Mincher called The Huntsville Kid. Absolutely. Don ran a local trophy shop at the time, and he was itching to return to the game, and his desire to return to the game coincided with Larry Schmittou delivering that franchise to Huntsville, and he smartly chose Don Mincher, to be the GM of that team, and Don Mincher brought immediate local credibility to the Huntsville area with the Stars.
Now, Dale, at the time, Schmittou was also the owner of the Nashville Sounds, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. How this AA franchise got to Huntsville was Smitto's ultimate vision was to bring a major league expansion franchise to Nashville. Mm-hmm. It came closer when he purchased the Evansville Triplets. The Evansville Triplets were a struggling, fledgling AAA franchise in Evansville. They were in the red $300,000. They were dying. He purchased that franchise to elevate Nashville to AAA. And that was the Evansville Triplets were the AAA farm club of the Detroit Tigers. So in bringing that AAA franchise to Nashville, and they were still called the Nashville Sounds after they arrived, he needed a home for his existing AA franchise. And he had tried to bring a single-A franchise to Huntsville in 1982, but that move never generated any traction. This time, with his AA franchise, he started negotiations with the city council and Mayor Davis. And by August 23rd, 1984, they agreed, and the city council approved the lease. And Joe Davis Stadium was built in a little over 33 weeks.
Yeah.
I know on opening night, they were still hanging pictures and were still painting. So it was just incredible story. And again, the Stars, I mean, so many kids during that time, they couldn't wait to get out of school and see the Stars play during that time.
And for myself, I was a 9th, 10th grader, and I can remember, I think the biggest holdup in '84 was the alcohol sales. They were trying to agree on the alcohol sales and all this, and that was the biggest holdup before the team could move here.
You're exactly right. Alcohol sales was one of the hardest things to approve. So the city council loved the idea of bringing the Stars there. But Larry Schmitto said, if I can't get beer sales in the new stadium, then I'm not coming. He was insistent on that. And so they finally reached a compromise that they were going to designate a non-drinker section in Joe Davis Stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they approved it, and that was the key, because that was the key snag. Because, I mean, to purchase alcohol at the time in that area, you had to do it very discreetly in a liquor store or a supermarket. But the notion was, for a minor league owner, you needed that beer revenue to survive an operation. So that was very key to Schmitto delivering that franchise to Huntsville.
Well, you're talking about Mincher. We've got Coach Johnny Johnson in here with us right now. He's the head coach of the James Clemens baseball team. He's the varsity coach, and he's just kind of giving us some things for us to bring up. That Mincher's grandson is the head coach at the Liberty Middle School, which is a feeder school to James Clemens here, Wes Hopper.
Wow, yeah, incredible. What a great legacy the Mincher family has there. I was able to interview Mark, his son, for the book, and Patsy, his wife, for the book as well. So great baseball family. I believe Don Mincher, he went to Butler High School out there. Uh-huh. So Mr. Huntsville, and when he retired from Oakland, I believe after the 1982 season, that's when him and his family started that trophy shop there, and it was very successful. But again, he had that itch to return to the game, and it came at the perfect time because the Stars got there in 1985.
Well, Mark was the head coach at Huntsville High and won a state championship in 2011. So, yeah, just
Excellent.
a continued baseball legacy here in the North Alabama area.
Yeah, and I first met Don Mincher back in the early 2000s. I wrote my first book, Bass Brothers, and it was about Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco. They were called the Bass Brothers in the late 80s. And I wrote about that Jose Canseco's first year in Huntsville. He was only there 58 games, but he became a Southern League and Huntsville legend in only 58 games there. And I was able to interview Don during that time. He was so generous with his time and so insightful. So I was so thrilled to just capture his story in Huntsville in the book.
Well, if you were a young baseball player back in the early 80s and in the mid 80s, '80s and even in the late '80s with the Bash Brothers, you had that poster because I did have the Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco poster of them with the A's. That Bash Brothers look, it was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. And it was it devastated the Huntsville fans when Jose Canseco was promoted to AAA Tacoma in July, in the first week of July. It was Huntsville. It was professional baseball. It was their first professional club in 55 years there. Mm-hmm. So they wanted to keep the party going.
Yeah.
And it was an adjustment period when you have this phenom that was there 58 games, and suddenly he's headed west. He got promoted. So that was an adjustment for the Huntsville fans there. It was a very sad day when he got promoted to AAA. I'm sure you're aware of that.
And then a few years later, we got his brother Ozzie, which he it's not Jose, but still it was Ozzie Canseco.
Right. Yeah. So I'm sure you had it was nice to have a Canseco on the roster during that time because Canseco just talking to the people in Huntsville. He was one of the greatest superstar athletes to come through that area still, and in only 58 games there, he won the minor league player of the year, and he was a Southern League's most valuable player in only 58 games. That's and amazing. He was out 22 games in Huntsville because of a fractured pinky too.
Yeah.
You have to remember that. He was out on the disabled list for 22 games and still posted those incredible numbers. He immediately formed a bond with the Huntsville people there. Canseco with his monstrous home runs.
We were talking about Don Mincher a while ago. I worked with his daughter Lori at one of the TV stations here in town. My wife went to high school with her, and I had run across. I was looking through my baseball cards one day and run across a Don Mincher card from when he was with the Seattle Pilots, and got him to autograph it. But he was like, "Oh, what in the world do you want my autograph for?"
And Don Mincher, he was a part of 2 expansion franchises before during his major league career. So starting a new expansion pro club in Huntsville was nothing new to him. So I think that's an interesting note as well as far as Don Mincher's role there.
What kind of? You mentioned your Bash Brothers book. You've got another one about Billy Martin.
Yes, that came out in 2020, and it's doing really well. The paperback just came out on March 1st. Lions Press is the publisher. So, and that was a finalist for the Casey Award back in 2020. So, it was an exciting time. Billy Martin was a feisty, incredible leader that was able to turn clubs around immediately. It didn't last long, but he was able to provide that adrenaline rush and spark to turn a team around. And I captured that legacy. And the Huntsville Stars is kind of a sequel to Billy Ball, because after Billy left, the A's focused on building their farm system and bolstering their farm system. And it all came together in Huntsville in 1985 when their top prospects gathered there for a magical season.
So the Oakland A's kind of there's a common thread between all these books here with the Oakland A's. Are you an A's fan? Or is
I grew up about 15 minutes from the Oakland Coliseum where the A's played. And it's interesting, though, like when you're an author, and my first book was Bass Brothers, there's all kinds of spin-off stories. So when you write your first book, there's other stories in the book or other notes and situations where you're saying, I wonder if that's a book. So that's kind of how my other books sprung as well, is when I wrote about Bass Brothers, I learned a little bit about Billy Martin during that time. And when I wrote about Billy Martin, I learned that after the Billy Ball era, that the A's started focusing on their farm system. So, I'm very, very familiar with the A's. And I think there's different books come out of different stories, different spin-offs books. And there's so many great stories when you dive into the bowels of history. And you're able to write a book proposal, and if you're lucky, a publisher will acquire it.
And when you talk about that farm team from 1985, and you think about just how powerful the Oakland A's were, as the plan to develop their farm system really worked as you go into the late 80s, and then of course winning that World Series. I mean, I remember the World Series against the Giants with the earthquake game, and you had McGuire and Canseco and all of them, and so the feeder system really worked well for the 80s for the Oakland A's back then.
Absolutely, and I think that was the plan, was for those crop of prospects, the top prospects in Huntsville in '85, to eventually fuel the parent club, the Oakland A's, to championships, and they did. Eventually, Terry Steinbach joined the A's. Jose Canseco, a pitcher named Todd Burns. He played briefly in Huntsville. I think he still lives in the Huntsville area. Mm-hmm. Luis Polonia, Stan Javier. I mean, they eventually fueled the A's run as well. And in total, 15 of those players of those prospects that played on the Stars that season in 1985, at some point, they eventually reached the majors. 15 of them. Mm. 4 of the top starting rotation reached the majors. I think Joe Law was the only one that didn't. But yeah, incredible prospects, and all of that. I think the people of Huntsville, they're excited about the prospects, but mostly they were just excited to have this new attraction. Like one Huntsville resident told me, we needed a venue to explode in at that time. The city was so ripe for baseball, and Joe Davis Stadium was the place to be during that time.
Yes, it was.
Dale, how was it reaching out to Sandy Alderson? I know he was the GM at the time of the A's, and just his perspective on the team, of the Stars team at that time.
Yeah, well, it was pretty special, and he wrote the foreword for the book, so it was a feather in his cap, and he knew the temperature and the tone of the A's farm system at that time. So he was proud to be, as he noted in the foreword, he was proud to be a part of that era, and even back when he was running the Oakland A's, he was hearing reports about what was going on in Huntsville, about those prospects, and he knew in a couple of years they were going to come to the parent club and muscle the A's to championship. So he had very fond memories of Huntsville, and even Billy Bean. I've known Billy Bean for many years. And he wrote a nice blurb for the book as well. So I think they both value and appreciate what minor league baseball can do. And again, minor league baseball, a sports franchise, could just fill a void in a city. Can bring an energy to the city, and that's what the Stars did in 1985 in Huntsville.
So Dale, where can we get your book and all your other books as well?
Well, the One Season in Rocket City, that's what this book is called. It's in all the Barnes & Nobles there in Huntsville. You can go to Amazon.com and order it. It should be in other bookstores there. If it's not there, you can ask the bookstore manager to get some copies there. But it's on on all the online portals. And, it's available. The official publication date was April 1st. So, again, I was just so excited. The people of Huntsville were so nice and generous with their time, because I knew they would. The Stars players like Rocky Coyle, Ray Thoma, Chip Conklin, they all told me how wonderful and warm-hearted the people of Huntsville were. So I appreciate them cooperating for the book.
Well, Dale, we appreciate you joining us. Make a trip back to the Rocket City and check out the Trash Pandas. We enjoyed to have you here, and we just appreciate you joining us, and good luck with the book sales, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yes, go Trash Pandas.
There you go. Thanks, Dale.
That was Dale Tafoya. Thank you. Thank for him joining us. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 WKAC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
We all know how the weather is here in Alabama. On some days, it can go from cold to hot in no time, and you need a system that can keep up. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC is owned and operated by industry experts, servicing all makes and models, whether residential or commercial. 24/7 availability, licensed, bonded, and insured. Don't be left out in the cold or heat. Call Athens Refrigeration and HVAC at 256-871-1571. Alabama certification numbers 22183 and 53483. Athens Refrigeration and HVAC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands? Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or a festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. 256-566-5298.
Hey, this is Rusty Brand, head coach of the Athens Bible School varsity boys basketball team, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. And I'm Dave Vassar alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert. And join us is the play-by-play guy for James Clemens games is... Huh? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Kurt Pierce, you join us anyway.
Tim's shaking him off,
well,
but,
hey,
it's okay.
Kurt can ask questions, too. So.
You said joining us now, and I thought you were about to go to it, and I was like, no, this is...
But join us on our hotline is Coach Travis Barnes. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I don't think you want me doing play-by-play.
Hey, we'll take everybody. Come on.
It's good. It's good to be back with you guys.
Man, I tell you what, this weather can't make up its mind, can it? You having to change a lot of games around and all that stuff?
We've kind of got pretty lucky with it. I've had to move a few JV games and middle school games, but as far as our varsity games, we've been pretty lucky. But this weekend we're off, so that was good timing.
You got area play coming up soon, area tournament time?
Yes, we're currently we're sitting 5-0 in the area, so we clinched the regular season, so we'll host area tournament the first week in May.
You got any games this coming up week?
This week we have our last area game against May Jemison on Tuesday, and then Thursday we host Ardmore at home.
Well, Coach, coming off a state championship season from last year, I mean, you guys have really just kind of continued on doing what you do best, and just thinking about the lineup that you put together for this year, what have you been looking for from your girls that maybe you didn't get from them last year, even though you won a state championship?
Last year we were more of a pitching and defensive team. Weren't as good offensively last year. This year's a little bit different. Our strength this year so far has been our offense. I think we average around 9 to 10 runs a game. And we're not as strong defensively, and I talked to the girls about it. And pitching, our pitchers do a good job forcing contact, but we don't get, 7 outs a game from our pitchers like we did last year. So it's really a total kind of new brand of softball this season.
Coach, how many seniors you got?
We have 6 seniors.
So that's really, I mean, when you put those seniors out there, they're coming off that state championship from. And I know I'm gonna kind of refer to that. I know you guys are in your new season, but I mean that's a huge accomplishment for those girls, and then those seniors, the leadership for those girls to start showing what these younger girls need to do to keep a winning program going.
Oh, absolutely. And they, having that experience from last year, they know what it takes every day at practice. They know what it takes in the off season. So them having that experience just kind of led the way for these up and coming girls to see what it takes. And a lot of our newcomers were around last year, so they saw what it takes. So the seniors have done a good job this year, kind of using their experience to show the younger girls.
Coach, talk about some of your recognize some of your seniors that's been leading you out there on the field as well as offensively.
Well, our biggest offensive leader has been Maya Clark. She's a senior. She transferred here last year from Madison Academy and was ineligible to play varsity, so she played JV last year. So this year she's hitting .442. She already has 17 home runs and 58 RBIs in about a month and a half a season, but she's also one of our pitchers as well.
Wow.
I mean, 17 home runs in a month and a half. I mean, that's a pretty good pace.
I kind of ran past that a little bit, but yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. That was the number that kind of stuck out in my head. I mean, that's a pretty solid pace right there.
It's hard. I mean, that's a good season. And we still have over a month left, hopefully.
Yeah. So some of the other girls, though, senior wise, I mean, you still have obviously it's not all one girl. So who else is out there producing for you like you like to see?
Well, another girl last year that she was played JV as a junior, Corey Campbell. She's our other pitcher. She's really stepped up as in her senior year. She's hitting .381. She's got 17 RBI. She's kind of a middle of the lineup girl, but she's been pretty consistent. I've been pleased with her. She's improved a lot since last year. And she was on the state championship team. We brought her up. And Abby Tucker was pretty much our starting left fielder all last year. She's our starting left fielder this year. She's .349. She has 19 RBIs, 20 run scores. She's kind of a middle of the lineup kid. Just does. You know what you're going to get from those two every day. One of our other seniors, Deanne Mockman, we were playing Hartsville a couple of weeks ago. She is our other pitcher, and she tore her ACL in the middle of a pitch.
Oh wow.
So she's out for her. So that kind of knocks us down to just two varsity pitchers now. So they're really having to step up and take over where we lost her.
Well, I have one of your players goes to church with me, and I pick on her on a regular basis because every time she walks in, I'm like, "Where's your ring? I want to see the ring." And I'll just tell you, it's Carly Ennis, and she won't wear the ring. Of course, she didn't tell. She just shakes her head. She won't talk. But but yeah, I asked her. I'm like, "Hey, where's your ring? You gotta show off." And she said, "Nah, it's on my dresser. I keep it safe."
Yeah, I think most of them I think have them sitting on the dresser, or I know some of them had kind of a shadow box made with things like that, but yeah, and that's mine. I mean, mine's sitting in my drawer next to my bed. I'll take it out and wear it every now and then.
Special events.
Special events. Date night. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So, looking at that though, talking about last season, I mean, as a coach, obviously you want championship quality play. You would love to win the championships, but that doesn't always come. It's a rare thing for you to to get to that top echelon like that, but for you and the girls, I mean, and your staff, I mean, what was that like for all of y'all?
I mean, for me, my players, my staff, nobody in our organization had won a state championship. So, when you're going through it, you're not really soaking up all the moments, but when you're done and you finally do it and you can breathe, you really look back and look at how special it was for the kids, for the staff, for my family. I mean, my family's, been with me my whole coaching career. So just reaching that peak, you know what it's like. And you look back, you know how hard it was to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's a lot of luck that goes into it as well. And, you know, one thing I learned last year is that, you know, you want to be playing good at the right time. And that's kind of what I'm looking for this year, because I really don't think we've played our best softball yet. So I'm hoping we'll peak again toward the end of this year.
Well, if you can get another 17 home runs from one player, I think you're on a good pace.
Well, I have another player, Morgan Stiles, that has 16.
I mean, 30 was it 32, 33 home runs between the two?
33 between the two, and I have another kid with 9. I mean, as a team, we have 51.
That's great.
Talking about Bash Brothers.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, that is Bash Brothers. That's old school.
That is old school.
I'm going to have to teach them how to do the forearm hit.
There you go.
Like Bash Brothers did.
Hey, well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us, man. Good luck throughout the area tournament, and get on down there and get you another blue map. But we appreciate you joining us.
That's the plan. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's Travis Barnes, Athens softball coach, and we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 WKC.
Missed part of this week's Tailgate Talk? Go online to tailgatetalk.net and hear the archives. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy.
This is First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Mason Butler from Clemens High School, and I love First National Bank. They make it easy for me to balance school, work, and my social life. With convenient services like online banking, bill pay, and the mobile app, I can take care of my finances without having to worry. I can check my balance, transfer funds, and I was even able to apply for my checking account online. First National Bank, making communities great.
Located at 1880 Highway 72 East and 321 South Jefferson Street in Athens. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hi, this is Jason Merovich, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Now our guest on the hotline now is Coach Derrick Powell, the Calhoun Warhawks basketball. Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
We're trying to dodge raindrops and stay dry.
I understand that.
So I went in and out. There it goes. So you got tryouts coming out next week?
Yes, sir. On the 15th, we have tryout from 9 to 12. Early registration is at 8:30. No, it's at 8 o'clock, and we're looking to fill several slots.
So Coach Bird's having her tryouts today, I guess. I don't guess it's gotten rained out. So.
Yes, sir. She had her tryouts today, and sadly, it's in a gloomy situation.
Well, at least they're inside.
Yeah.
Right.
So you said you got several spots you're trying to fill this year. What are you looking for from some of these players that are coming in to try out next week?
And so the first thing I'm looking for are guys that can play multiple positions. Guys that can probably defend post players and and play on the perimeter as well. We call them tweeners. So we're looking for a tweener. We're looking for a backup PG. The PG that we had this year has multiple offers, and he's out of there. So we have one point guard aligned, but right now we're looking for another point guard, and we're looking for a position player that can play multiple positions, that brings like tons of energy, like a Draymond Green, Dennis Rodman type guy, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So when you look at for some of the people in our audience might not know your coaching style. What is your coaching style when you take the court each time? I know you guys got to develop a game plan, but what is your philosophy on coaching and how you want your offense and defense to run?
So my philosophy is be disruptive.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like, does that mean we press 24/7? No, because there are teams that press, and being disruptive to them is playing a zone.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to be disruptive. We like to we really push the ball offensively. We really push the ball. We play a lot of man-to-man, full court man, and if you're a conditioned guy with a motor, or if you have good feet and you can, and your long arms, you like to get after the ball. That's what we're looking for. Mm-hmm. We're not looking for guys that's, man, a zone is my thing, coach. That's what we do. No, we don't. No. So we're looking for guys that are multi-talented, that get up and down the floor. We run the floor.
So you're saying
you've seen us play?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can be a little bit more selective this year than you could last year, because I guess, for want of a better term, you were trying to fill a team last year, but this year, you can be a little bit more picky about who you're going after, I guess.
Yes, we do. We do have a little bit more wiggle room in there. The last year we needed 18 guys. This year we only need 9. So we're bringing back 5 guys. So no.
Maybe
it's 6 guys. 6 guys.
Maybe you'll find you a Brandon Miller type out of these kids.
Oh, you're right.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Man, what are you talking about? Yeah, and he can guard any position on the floor.
That's it. That length.
Right. Yeah, and be your point guard if you needed to be.
Yeah, just bring him down the court. Yeah. So 3-pointers. I mean, you look at some of the way the offenses are kind of going towards more of a perimeter shooting and outside the arch with the 3-pointer, and then get the rebound and put it back up if you don't make it. I mean, are you looking for a shoot first or to pass the ball around a little bit more?
Well, that's a tough question because, and like, as you know, we got snipers.
Yeah.
Ben, he was number 13 in the state in 3-pointers made. So we got guys that can shoot it, and they can shoot it well. The guys that I've recruited that have committed, they can shoot it well. But my style of play is like, don't shun a shot, just take the right shot.
Yeah.
Look for the one more. So really not a shoot first guy. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for a kill guy. It don't matter how you get a bucket. He just gonna kill you. So that's really what I'm looking for. A guy that can really attack and shoot it.
Yeah. I like the Dennis Rodman. That's my wheelhouse. I like that. I like a Dennis Rodman, get in there, get that rebound. I don't have to score. I'm gonna out rebound you.
Right. And if you were at the Snead game when we lost by 0.3 of a point at a buzzer beater because of rebounding, that's why we need those guys. Rebounding wins championships. You know, defense wins games, rebound wins championships, bottom line.
That's right.
Well, you mentioned the Snead State game. Look back at this past year and give us what your thoughts. I know you didn't make it as far as you wanted to, but I mean there were several games that went down to the wire that could have gone either way.
You know what? Looking back at the season and looking back at games after January, a lot of things came into play, but I have to really evaluate myself as a coach because I did some things that I could have made some more adjustments on. Like my guys, they were boogered up, man. We fell into the February fatigue. We had a lot of injuries. My big guy, Sebastian, I honestly, I probably should have set him more at practice. He had a bruised shin and a fractured hand.
Wow.
And he still was like, nah, coach, I'm good. Just put some tape on it, slap some tape on it. Like, that's what I love, but I should have said it. So looking back over the season, I'm thinking that maybe some of those games where we lost close, we probably could have won if I would have gave guys a little bit of more rest time, or if we would have had a little bit more like what we're doing now as far as recruiting positionless guys, that would have rotations could have been a lot better. So those losing by 1 point and 2-4, we're in the game, but it's tough when your two of your starters not even playing because of injuries, and like it just a lot of that came into factor.
Well, that's what you, as a coach, that's always good too, to sit and evaluate what you need to do to lead these young men on the court, and it sounds like you're really diving into that and setting yourself up for a good upcoming season with that. So I think that's all coaches can do that, and you being able to come out and just say that, yeah, there's some things that I needed to change too that would have made a big difference on the court.
Man, one of the things I learned, Tim, honestly, by being in this profession, if I give my kids an exit meeting and we assess their performance and their goals, we meet mid-season, preseason, and we have an exit meeting. But one thing I've learned after being in this profession, you got to assess yourself. Mm-hmm. And you have to be real, you have to be honest, and you have to take the criticism that each player comes in there with, as well as your assistant coaches.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm not one to point the finger either. So
yeah,
I like to just let's get the job done.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us one more time. Tryouts is when?
Tryouts is the 15th, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Man, bring your pumps and be ready to go.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us. Good luck with it, with the tryouts, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you, guys. Y'all be safe. And dodge them raindrops.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Right. That was Coach Derrick Powell, the Calhoun Warhawks basketball coach. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on Big 1080 WKAC.
Tailgate Talk is on Facebook. Just search for Applebee's Tailgate Talk, like our page, and post your questions, comments, or ideas for the show. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back on 1080 WKAC.
Enjoy all the smiles and none of the slowdowns with a gig from Ardmore Telephone Company. Get 1 gig now for only $89.90 a month when you sign up or upgrade today. Work from home, learn online, game and stream with no buffering. You'll be grinning from ear to ear with a gig. Call 800-830-9946 now to get your gig life started. That's 800-830-9946.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627.
Hey, this is East Limestone baseball coach Adam Brown, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Let me give you some trash talk.
Hey, you want to talk some trash?
Trash?
Trash. Trash. Won't pick it up. Take them like no way. Girl, why not take out the trash?
You don't know how to trash talk, do you?
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're live here in Madison. James Clemens. We're expecting the James Clemens Jets and Florence Falcons doubleheader. Hopefully the rain will hold off. And Josh, I guess Charlie's waiting for this rain to hold off where y'all can get y'all's doubleheader in today.
We'll see what happens. The game starts at 4 o'clock, and it looks like the rain will be out there by about 3. So we're hoping that's true, and we can get both these games in.
2 7-inning games, right?
Yep, 2 7-inning games. That's what they do in the minors, and that's what we'll do today as well.
Who we got going on the mound today for both games?
We got, unless there's been a change, it'll be Coleman Crow in game 1, and then Sam Bachman in game 2. So 2 pretty good pitchers going back-to-back for the Trash Pandas today.
Hey, it was a great opening night. Attendance. I mean, the weather was kind of wet and cold, but still, the crowd showed out, and the team dropped it in extra innings, but it turned out by a great crowd.
Yeah, I thought it was, the bats just were a little behind that day. There were a lot of strikeouts, but the guys showed a lot of heart coming back in the 9th inning, and unfortunately they just couldn't get that goose egg up in the extra innings to set themselves up in the bottom half. But guys showed a lot of resiliency. The hitting got better as the game went along, and hopefully that'll carry into today.
Hopefully so, because need those wins at home, and hopefully we can get these games in because they really count towards the end.
You got to get them in at some point anyway. So, we get Chattanooga back next month here. But, if you can get both in now, you may as well do it, especially with 2 off days coming up. So, hopefully we'll get both these games in and be able to move on.
Is there any talk of maybe tomorrow if you couldn't get one in, or just wait and hold off till when they come back?
Nah, we already scheduled that day off. It'll be Easter. It's a holiday. It's a great chance to give the guys a chance to spend time with family if they have family in town, and also get an extra day to kind of get used to their new surroundings. So, if we can't get the game in, we'll find a way to squeeze it in sometime next month.
So got to go on the road after this homestand. I think is it Biloxi where we go?
No, it'll be Birmingham.
Birmingham, so that's right.
Yeah, we'll see the Barons for 6. Excited to see them and what they have to offer. That's become a pretty good rivalry anyway, so I'm excited to get down there and see what the White Sox have in their farm system.
I'm anxious to see the Halo Blues since we didn't get to see them last night. Are they going to wear them the first game or both games?
Yeah, they'll do it in one of the games, and we'll probably switch over to our pinstripes for Game 2, which is our typical Saturday jersey. It'll be a nice way to get out of the white uniforms and get into something dry in between games and show off some of the new clothing our team has.
I really like those Halo Blues. They're sharp.
Yeah, powder blue is pretty hard to go wrong with, and I think it'll be a big hit, especially the cap. And, hopefully people who haven't had a chance to take a look at it will get a look at it tonight.
You mentioned seeing what's in what the Birmingham Barons have. They don't have a Michael Jordan, so I know that much.
That's very true.
But when you look at what the Trash Pandas have from their the roster this year, what amongst you guys, who there is exciting to watch so far for you? I know it's only you got a small sample right now with just one game, but who are you excited to see play?
Well, it's a lot of guys from last season. Obviously, Jeremiah Jackson, Kyron Paris, Zach Neto, of course. Those are the guys who immediately come to mind. I'm anxious to see how Edgar Cuero, the catcher, develops because he had such a fine season last year in the California League. But Double-A is a huge step up from Single-A. So, you can expect to see some struggles early on. And but yeah, there's a lot of exciting talent on the team. It's just a matter of putting it all together. And after one game, we'll see if the team can get a little better today.
Looking for the bounce back today with the doubleheader. So, that's always a plus. Talking about the uniforms, though, I will go ahead and say Trash Pandas, without a doubt, is probably one of the better uniform combinations in the league. I love the uniform combinations that they put out over there.
Well, I appreciate that, but there's 6 of them, so you got to figure one of them works. But our marketing staff works really hard to put those jerseys together, and we work with a marketing firm out of San Diego that helps with that as well. So they've done really good work, and we'll just see how hot of a sellout they are at the merchandise store.
Coach Johnson here, James Clemens, says one of his managers keeps a spreadsheet on which uniform combination seems to work the best as far as wins go. Of course, y'all have marketing to work in there in that mix too. So
it depends on the day of the week. We do the white jersey, the typical home white, Tuesday through Thursday. The Halo Blue on Friday, the pinstripes on Saturday, and then on Sunday we have our camouflage jersey. Mm-hmm. And then we have 2 more jerseys that we wear when we're on the road. So those are your 6. It's not really it's all planned in advance. And just gives guys a little advance notice of what they're wearing.
Josh, do you have a superstition? If a team's on a winning streak, do you do anything different, or does it just stay the same?
No, I stay the same. I don't believe in superstitions. I don't believe in luck or anything like that. Just show up and grind every day, and we'll see what happens.
So you don't have to have a certain piece of gum, before the game or anything like that. I can appreciate that.
Yeah. I just treat every day the same, and usually good things will happen. So that's what I try to do. Yep.
Well, Josh, we appreciate you joining us, Bo. We got to get up out of here. Good luck this evening. Hope we can get both games in, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, same to you over at James Clemens. Be good, guys.
All right, Josh. Thank you. That's the voice of the Trash Pandas, Josh Caray. Well, Kurt, I appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all.
Hopefully, Coach Johnson can get his games in today. I know the rain's still hanging around, but maybe they can get it in and get these area gate wins in because they need them.
They do. And then just if you're out there listening, just you want to see some good baseball played this afternoon, come on out here to the Jetsplex. Luke Davenport's going to be on the bump to start. For James Clemens, he's an Auburn commit that we mentioned and a junior. So you'll see some great baseball overall. Just come on over here to the Jetsplex. We'd love to have you.
Well, Kurt, we appreciate you joining us. Like I said, and Tomcat had to leave. We appreciate him. We appreciate Coach Johnson for letting us hang out here in the press box while he goes out. He's checking out the field, make sure there ain't no mud puddles and all that stuff. And appreciate our producer extraordinaire, Tim Lambert. But like Tom always says, we ain't got to go home, but we got to get up out of here. Our time is gone, so we'll talk to you next week. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on the Big 1080 WKAC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook. The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. When you're looking for something special for your next event, why not bring in the most amazingly fine flavored shaved ice this side of the islands? Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. Whether it's a school or major sporting event, a picnic, or a festival, Kona Ice brings the fun and laughter. From their steel drum music to their signature flavor wave, where guests can flavor their own shaved ice. No event is too big or too small. Kona Ice makes fundraising easy too. Call Kona Ice today and tell them what you have in mind. 256-566-5298. Or look for them on your favorite social media platform. Kona Ice of Decatur in Athens. 256-566-5298. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill on Highway 72 East in Athens, just off I-65. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.